Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Our apologies from our side that we couldn't get to you yesterday. Normally we are live here on a Thursday, but to accommodate our guest, we had to make it today. And look, definitely worth the wait, definitely worth the trouble. We've got a budding cricketer from Zimbabwe, and he goes by the name of Brandon Mavuta. Brandon, how are you doing?
No, I'm all right, man. How are you doing? Thank you very much for having me today.
It's an absolute pleasure. Thanks for pulling through, man. Thanks for making the time. I know with guys like yourself, you always have busy schedules, eh?
Yeah, it might be tight sometimes, but yeah, we managed to get some time.
Yeah, and look, in getting to interview you today, I actually found out that you and I share the same second name. So my second name is also Anesu. So shout out to you.
Oh, really? Yeah, because I still remember when I used to ball to you, like when you were playing for A side and I was under 19s. And you're a captain for A side. Yeah, but then we always have a way of meeting up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I don't think everyone else wants to hear some of the things that we said to each other back then, but it goes on. But yeah, look, thanks for coming through and for chatting. It's an easygoing conversation, and it's about you, and the viewers really want to get to know more about you. So yeah, we can just give it a go from there.
Yeah, no worries. I'm quite excited. Yeah.
Fantastic. And look, there's no flow to it. It goes very, very quickly. It sounds like half an hour is a long time, but it goes really, really quickly. And just to get us started, you're, from what I've read and what I've seen, quite a fiery character. How would you describe yourself in one word, would you say?
I think I'm ambitious. I think that's one word that I can say. Ambitious.
Ambitious, absolutely fantastic. And you talk about ambition. We've seen just how your career has gone, where you've come from and where you are right now, and that speaks to that word, actually.
Yeah, I guess when you grow up like in a very what can I say, in a situation whereby you can't afford to do what you want really, and you try to push yourself to get better and better every time. I think it always gets the best out of you.
You say that, and so often, a lot of the time, it's just like everyone looks at the finished product. Everyone sees Brandon Mavuta on TV, and that's what they think it's been. That's what they think the journey has been. So on your side, where did it start for you in terms of your cricket?
I started cricket when I was in grade 1. I was in a small town called Kadoma, and one coach saw me, and I even talk to him now. I even go visit him in Botswana now because he stays in Botswana. He's the one who saw me when I was about to get into grade 1. Like when you're playing that jumbo cricket in the ghetto, you know what I mean? And he saw me playing cricket, and I was busy imitating what BT was doing on TV and Krima was doing on TV. And he asked me, he said, what age are you? And I told him, no, I'm 7. And he said, next year, where are you going to learn? I said, I'm going to learn grade 1 at Chedonje Primary School. Then he said, you should come to cricket. That's when the journey started. When I was in Kadoma Rimuka, and I went to Chedonje. I started my cricket when I was grade 1, and then I ran away when I was grade 2 because I got hit by a ball. Then I ran away. I think it was part of grade 2. Then I came back grade 3. That's when I started playing. That's when there was macro mini cricket, which we used to play at Prince Edward. That's when I started playing there, and I was playing for Midlands from school. So I guess that was just about it. That's how the journey started. And I ended up being in the under 19s, being the captain and all that. But yeah, just to cut the story short, that's where it started.
Now, you say it started, and it sounds like quite a journey. You say, and you refer to it, you're someone who came out from the ghetto, and I assume you've become someone to look at, someone to look up to, young people in this day and age look up to, and they're like, you know what, if Brandon could do it, I could also do it. And in saying that, you know, you've come from that space. And for you, was it just always cricket? Did you play any other sport growing up?
I was actually quite good in football and athletics as well. But you know, like football in the ghetto, like it's the number one sport for everyone. If you're home on the weekend, guys just put like small gates and play football and all that. But yeah, I felt more comfort in cricket because I think it was the food that was there at cricket, like going to macro mini cricket and getting a quarter chicken and chips. While as when you go to football, you get oranges and all that. So yeah, it was it was that kind of a situation. But yeah, I grew to love cricket from that.
Fantastic. And look, we love the fact that you went on and still played cricket, because if you hadn't, then we wouldn't have seen you donning those national colors. But now you talk about football. I have to ask you this because I've heard it and I've seen it flying around a bit. Who is the best Zimbabwean cricketer at football?
Uh, it's quite a tricky one because there's a few guys. There's a few guys. Obviously myself, and they, there's Charim Sakanda, there's John Nyumbu, there's Victor Nyauchi. Those guys, yeah, I feel like those guys.
You have
they
to pick
quite.
one. You have to pick
I
one.
have
Otherwise,
to,
you're gonna make all of them happy. Pick one.
but I've already made them all happy. So, but definitely I'll go with Terry Sakanda because Terry is quite athletic. He's actually good at everything. I think when it comes to sport. So yeah.
Fantastic. And I'm glad you put yourself up there, and it'll be interesting to see you play and show us what skill you have. And you know, you've spoken through this journey, how you've transitioned from primary school through to high school, and you've gone and you've pursued cricket. And you talk about how the feeling was when you got there. Now, you've gone through the age. Now, when you go through the age group, you've done under 19 cricket, you've captained under 19 cricket. We fast forward, you're making your test debut. Now, how was that feeling for you to go on and make your test debut for Zimbabwe?
Um, you know, like to be honest, I can't really imagine the feeling. You know, especially when you're playing with the guys that you were looking up to when you were growing up, it's something that is really, really, really good, really massive in my career because I got to play with the guys that I used to cherish on TV and saying, no, I want to be like him, and eventually I ended up playing with them in the same field. And also what made the day special was I managed to contribute to a winning cause for the team. So to me it was very, very special, and I feel like yeah, there's more to come. And but that day I felt like that was the best day that I can ever imagine because wearing that baggy green, I think that's every cricketer's dream. You know what I mean? When you want to represent your country, you know. So I feel like Test cricket is the highest level of cricket because it tests your mental strength, your physicality, and all that. You know, your skill and everything. So we, contributing to a winning cause over that, it is something that is really, really, really good, and it's something that I'll always cherish for the rest of my life.
And now you've made the jump from under 19 cricket, you've gone on to play a bit of franchise cricket and then to test cricket. Now, what is the gap like for you between the domestic cricket you're playing in Zimbabwe to international stage on test level?
I think, to be honest with you, like when I came from under 19, I played a little bit of A-side cricket, but it wasn't 4-day cricket. It was more of white ball cricket. So it was more of 1-day cricket and T20. But I feel like that margin is a little bit big because the accuracy in terms of international cricket, it's you know, like if you miss your lanes, you're gonna travel. and it's quite tense. It needs you to think on your feet every time. It needs you to be always in the game. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, there's quite a little bit big margin between our franchise cricket and Test cricket. But you know, there's always times whereby if you've been there, and if you can relate what's happening up there, you can come back and try to teach other guys and say, no, look guys, this is how we do the work. This is how, if you want to improve, we can go this way. This way is not the way, you know, and you can help each other in terms of cricket. And I think that's about it.
And you know what's fascinating about you is you're so young, but you've played for your country across all formats. You've played one-day cricket, you've played Test cricket, and you've also played in the T20 stuff. What sort of a player do you regard yourself as? What is your strongest suit, would you say?
Like what I said before when we started, I'm quite an ambitious person. I take the challenges. It is. I'm always up for the challenge. I think if you still remember when I played against you, I was up for the challenge. And I think with me, I'm more of what can I say? I can't say which format that I'm good at, because to be honest with you, I've actually got good numbers in all formats. So to be honest with you, I can't say this is the format that I'm good at, because when it comes to T20, I was once I was bought in Durban Hit, and one-day cricket. I'm also, like, recently we've won a tournament for one-day cricket in Zimbabwe for Rhinos. Test cricket, I've won games for my nation as well. So it's really hard to pick. But to be honest with you, I just enjoy my cricket, and I just love being out of the park. You know what I mean? So yeah, every time I'm out there, I just give my 110% and hope for the best.
Brilliant day. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've just tuned in, we've got with us here tonight Brandon Mavuta, young Zimbabwean leg spinner. What a prospect. You know, he's got the whole world still ahead of him. He's played all formats for his country. And as you can hear, he's promising us that there's still big things to come. Now, you mentioned an aspect which I was hoping to tap into already. So you were one of the few, if not one of the only, I think you were the only one bought in the Mzansi Super League, if I'm not mistaken, at the time. And you were bought by the Durban Heat. So can you tell us, how was your experience with the Durban Heat?
Yeah.
I think we've lost you there, Brandon. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we've gone through a little bit of a technical glitch, but I'm sure Brandon will be back on just now. It's exciting, you know, to be talking to someone who's played at the highest level across all formats. And as you've heard him say, he is someone who didn't always grow up with all the opportunities bestowed upon him, but he's always had to make things happen. And you know, you heard him say that he's a fiery character, he's a challenger, he's a fighter. So it's good to hear stories like that. And you know, when hopefully he hops back on just now, something I really want to go into is to talk about his challenges, his experiences coming through, because it wouldn't have been that easy for him. So, you know, while we wait for him, we'll see how soon he can join back and be with us. And as a young person, you know, Brandon is someone who, as you've heard, a role model. You know, he's come through the system in Zimbabwe, and he's gone on to not only represent his country, but to be bought by a franchise in South Africa in the Super League. So we'll give it a few minutes. Hopefully he hops back on. You know how technology can be. Technology can do weird and also very wonderful things. And this is one of those times where we have that little glitch. So I see that we've got him back. So we do have him back. So I will get him to chat to you just now. Once again. Brandon, just shout as soon as you can hear me, bud. Okay, he's still busy reconnecting. I can see him here. He's still busy reconnecting, and hopefully we'll be able to hear from him in a second.
Yeah, I think I'm there. Hello?
Fantastic, Brandon. Yeah, technology, it does weird and wonderful things. Now, I lost you there a bit, but I was rambling a bit while you were gone, and I was saying you're someone who's come through the Zimbabwean setup, through the age group, through schools. What was your biggest challenge growing up in the game of cricket?
To be honest, I think coming from the ghetto, like you won't have enough equipment. You know what I mean? You won't have enough bats or gloves or cricket pads and all that. But yeah, I think that was the most that was the biggest challenge that I faced when I was growing up. And yeah, thanks to a few guys that actually helped me out. I can point out Ryan Murray. Ryan Murray has been a good friend of mine since high school. So yeah, he quite helped me sometimes with some cricket gear and all that. But yeah, it was difficult to get stuff when I was growing up. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Like I said, so much that's taken for granted when someone becomes an international cricketer, and some of these battles are not seen. Now, you are where you are now. And before I open this up to questions, how far do you see yourself going with your cricket? And I also see that you've opened up a clothing brand, which I don't know if you want to talk to as well. We can still hear you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think we are struggling a little bit there to get.
Hello.
Yeah, Brandon, can you still hear me?
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. I've just switched off. Do you mind maybe switching off your camera? Maybe that will help. If you switch off your camera.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Maybe switch off your camera and that'll help.
Yeah, then yeah, yeah, so that yeah, I've switched it off.
Okay, fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen,
so is it a little bit clearer now?
It's perfect. It's perfect. Thank you very much. You'll have to pardon us for the last few minutes. We just keep the cameras off as we're struggling a little bit with our bandwidth. And Brandon, I'd asked you earlier now about how far do you see yourself going with this cricket thing?
Man, I think, to be honest, I think I'm gonna go all out. I'm just gonna try and make myself the best player that has been made in Zimbabwe. When it comes to what I do, when it comes to leg spin, I just want to be the best. I just want to be recognized as one of the best in the world. So that goal doesn't change. Whether there's setbacks or there's something else, but that goal doesn't change. That at the end of the day, when I finish my career, I want to be one of the best spinners that has ever been made in Zimbabwe.
Fantastic. Very big boots to fill there. You've got obviously your predecessors, your Natsai Mshangwe, you've got Natsai Mshangwe who came before you, and Graham Creamer also in recent times, who really took leg spin in Zimbabwe to another level. And I was just saying earlier before you went off, I see outside of cricket, you also have other interests, and as it looks like you've got your own clothing brand.
Yeah, true, very true. I just recently made it out this week. It was on Monday when I published it. It's called Believe No Fear. It's something that always motivates me, and it's something that every time that I wake up and going to work, I always look at those words and read them, and they mean something to me. So I felt like the world needs to know what Believe No Fear means, and hopefully it will get across the world and people understand what it means. But I think it's all in the words, mate. It's all in the words. Believe no fear. So I guess you just gotta believe and just don't have fear with whatever that you wanna do.
Absolutely love it. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time once again where please, by all means, post your questions. If you have something that you want to ask Brandon, this is your opportunity to get to interact with him and to get an inside scoop of his life. Now, Brandon, while we wait for that, look, it's amazing that you've done that, that you've explored something just outside of just cricket itself, because as you would know, us as Africa Sports Consultancy, that is an aspect that we talk about, is to say what happens during a player's playing time, what happens after their playing time, and are they thinking these things and looking beyond and outside of just the cricket oval. And it's good to see that you're there. And if anyone's watching, watch out for his brand, Believe No Fear. Make sure you get yourself some stash from him. And how can people buy your clothing, Brandon?
I guess you can just hit on my Facebook. It's Brandon Mavuta on Facebook. If if you want to WhatsApp me, or if you want to be on Twitter, it's Brandon_Mavuta. If it's on Instagram, it's also Brandon_Mavuta. Yeah, number for my WhatsApp, I think it's 0715 034 927. Whenever you want it, wherever you are, I'm sure I can get it to you. So it's all about supporting each other, and if you really want it, yeah, I can get it to you, no problem.
Fantastic. I'll be the first one to buy from you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do have access, please, by all means, give Brandon a shout. Now, Brandon, I'm just going through the comments and the questions here quickly, and I see that we had one of your teammates watching you, Carl Mumba, and he wasn't impressed that you didn't vote him as the best soccer player in Zimbabwe. So you are in a bit of trouble there. Going on from that.
That guy has two left hands. The only thing that he knows is to use his head. That's why we call him Manzungij.
Oh dear. Now, Brandon, there's a question here from one of our watchers, Anesusini Andoro. Shout out to you. He says, do you know the record you broke as a Zimbabwean debutant?
The record that I broke, yeah, I think I know. It's winning a test match away from home in 17 years.
Wow, winning a test match away from home, first time in 17 years. Anesu, I hope that is the correct answer. Yeah. And you must be very proud of yourself.
The right answer. Yeah.
Fantastic. Now, this one's brilliant. I've never had this on the live, but this one is brilliant. It says not a cricketing question, but Brandon, as you've known Godwill a long time, do you have any embarrassing stories about him? Oh, wow.
About Godwill.
Apparently so, yeah.
No. All I know about Godwill was I heard he has some good leadership skills, and he played A side and he played for Tuskers. That's all I know.
You can be my best friend.
Sure, no problem.
Absolutely brilliant. Okay, so I'm going through here, just checking to see if there's any other questions, because I do know there are some questions which were posed on Twitter. They were posed on Twitter and also to my WhatsApp. So I will just go down to it. Now, okay. I'll go to this one. This one, it says, some people say after the good start you had in international cricket, you lost your way with your behavior off the field after getting the Mzansi T20 League, and everything that's happened after that. What is your take on that? Wow, that's a strong question.
Yeah, all I can say is I never changed my process. I never changed how I work. I never changed how I go about my business. But all I can say is sometimes as cricketers, you play cricket or you've played cricket before. There's certain phases that a person gets through, and people don't really understand where you're coming from and how it went about. I had to face a few injuries, ankle injuries and knee injuries. I had to work myself back into the team, or getting myself to where I was when I started. So, well, to be honest, it's up to them really to really think that I've lost my way or I haven't. But all I know is I haven't lost my way. I'm still going. I'm still going, and I'm still going so hard that they wouldn't know what hit them. So yeah, it was just a phase that was going on, and well, now everything comes to pass. So I think I'm done with that phase, and I'm looking to be better than ever before.
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Brandon definitely going to give you his utmost best going forward. And, a couple of setbacks, things come up along the way, but he's not done. He's got a long, long way to go. And I love that. I love that attitude. Now, there's another question. I think there's time to take one more question. It's come through on the Facebook chat once again, and it says, talk us through your daily routine. Do you have any pattern that you follow religiously?
So what I do, I normally wake up in the morning, pray, spread my bed, go for practice, take a shower, go to practice, because I don't eat in the morning. I'm not a fan of eating in the morning. I start eating at like 12 o'clock. So in the morning, I don't eat. So even if I'm having a run in the morning, I don't eat. If I'm going to hit balls or have target bowling, I don't eat. I only eat after 12. I think that's my daily routine from Monday to Fridays. And then probably Saturdays, that's when probably it's time to chill, relax, have a couple of drinks, chill with fellas. And yeah, I think Sunday, if it's no cricket, then that's church day, and back home chilling, waiting for Monday again to get at it again. So that's basically my routine.
Fantastic. Thank you for that, Brandon, and thanks to the viewers who've come through and watched. And thank you for your brilliant answer, which a lot of the people have been disappointed with, that you couldn't come up with an embarrassing story about me. But it's fine. There's always next time. But look, thank you for taking the time, and for myself again, as a big cricket fan and a big cricket lover, I was really looking forward to seeing you play now in the SAA tour, which has come up. But it's one of those things. and really hope for the best for you. And like you've said, you've not changed your processes, you've not changed your attitude, and you're going to go a long, long way. So big up to yourself and keep working hard. And I don't know if you've got any parting shots that you want to give the viewers.
No. Thank you very much for having me. And it's always good to have this sort of chats and get to so that people understand what really is going on. But yeah, nevertheless, I'm happy to have for you to have me on your show, and best of luck on your show, mate. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you for that. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard him here. All about him, Brandon Mavuta, the fiery, ambitious cricketer. And if you didn't pick anything up, one thing that Brandon also said, outside of his cricket, he's got a clothing label. So be sure to pick up some of his stash. Believe, no fear, he calls it. Now, Brandon, we've run just a little bit over, but there's a question that I can't let you go away without answering. And that question is, what message would you have for any young people watching this? Pushed our luck there a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in and for watching. I've lost Brandon right at the end there, tried to get the video back. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for the support. And it's been quite a year, and with everything that's happened, keep looking after yourselves, keep social distancing, keep your masks on, keep sanitizing those hands, and keep looking after your loved ones. From my side, it's been great having you, and it's same time, same place again next week, and we look forward to having you then. Good night and take care.